Warning. I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
Richard, I don't think requires any introduction to this audience, but I will say he's almost certainly the father of the modern open source movement.
No, absolutely not. If I'm the father of open source, it was done by artificial insemination with stolen sperm. I am not a supporter of open source. I do not agree with the basic values of open source. I do not try to participate in open source activities. And when anyone refers to my work with that term, I take offense. You really shouldn't have done that.
Apologies.
You should have known better.
And I do. And it is, and I think that's actually a point that I'd like you to speak on at some length, but certainly you're the father of the modern free software.
The sad thing is that most people think they're very familiar with my work, and what they think my work is something I don't even agree with. Completely wrong. I founded the free software movement, a movement for computer users' freedom. Freedom to control your own computing and freedom to cooperate with other people. These are freedoms I believe every computer user is entitled to.
Wait a minute. I've seen this guy before.
What the hell?
Last week they were having a protest at MIT because the Media Lab accepting money from Epstein, knowing good and well what he had done. So they had an email thread letting everyone know about the Facebook event for the protest. And Richard Stallman went out of his way to defend Epstein and Marvin Minsky. From the Daily Beast, renowned MIT scientist defends Epstein. Victims were entirely willing. MIT bigwig Richard Stallman dismissed Epstein's underage victims in emails and defended child pornography on his blog. September 14, 2019. While MIT engages in damage control, following revelations, the university's Media Lab accepted millions of dollars in funding from Jeffrey Epstein, a renowned computer scientist at the university, has fanned the flames by apparently going out of his way to defend the accused sex trafficker and child pornography in general. Richard Stallman has been hailed as one of the most influential computer scientists around today and honored with a slew of awards and honorary doctorates. But his eminence in the academic computer science community came into question Friday afternoon when leaked email excerpts showing him suggesting one of Epstein's alleged victims was, quote, entirely willing. An MIT engineering alumna, Salam Gigano, I guess, published a blog post calling for Stallman's removal from the university in light of his comments, along with excerpts from the email in which Stallman appeared to defend both Epstein and Marvin Minsky, a scientist and founder of MIT's artificial intelligence lab who was accused of assaulting Virginia Giuffre. Giuffre is alleged that sex offender and pedophile Epstein trafficked her to powerful men for sex, including Minsky, who died in 2016. Stallman wrote that the most plausible scenario for Giuffre's accusations was that she was, in actuality, entirely willing. Vice's Motherboard later reprinted the emails in full. A deep dive into his writings shows this isn't the first time Stallman has expressed such questionable views, however. He has written dozens of posts on his personal website in favor of legalizing pedophilia and child pornography for more than 15 years. This, quote, child pornography might be a photo of yourself or your lover that the two of you shared. It might be an image of a sexually mature teenager that any normal adult would find attractive. I guess I'm not a normal adult. What's heinous about having such a photo? Stallman wrote in 2011 on his personal site, stallman.org, in an argument in favor of Congress limiting laptop searches at the U.S. border. Stallman currently works as a visiting scientist at MIT. According to the website of the university's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Lab, and the president of the Free Software Foundation, which he founded in 1985. Stallman has been seen as a pioneering computer scientist for decades, especially in his creation of and advocacy for new kinds of freely available software. Much of his work underpins modern computer science. He's worked at MIT on and off since the 1980s, and he spoke at a Microsoft Computer Science Research Center just last week. Stallman commented on the news of Epstein at length on his personal site. In April of this year, the programmer wrote of one story, quote, "I disagree with some of what the article says about Epstein. Epstein is not, apparently, a pedophile, since the people he raped seem to have all been in post-pubertal." He preferred to call Epstein a, quote, "serial rapist." Chafing at the idea of a legal age of consent was a favorite theme of his, per his earlier blog post. In 2003, he said, quote, "I think that everyone age 14 or above ought to take part in sex, though not indiscriminately. Some people are ready earlier." Stallman was apparently also quite open about his ideas not only on age of consent laws, but also pedophilia. In 2006, he wrote, quote, "I am skeptical of the claim that voluntary pedophilia harms children. The arguments that it causes harm seem to be based on cases which aren't voluntary, which are then stretched by parents who are horrified by the idea that their little baby is maturing. The law does not allow for voluntary pedophilia." In 2006, he said, "It wouldn't be so bad for an adult man who worked for the Department of Homeland Security to have sex with a 14-year-old, as one government employee had allegedly propositioned. Supposing she had voluntarily had sex with him, presuming that they used a condom and suitable contraception, it would have done no harm to either of them." Why do they even think about this? He reiterated his point in 2013. There is little evidence to justify the widespread assumption that willing participation in pedophilia hurts children.
It's too late. What the hell am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? Start over? Well, if I don't start over, they'll never understand anything. They won't know what it's about. What the hell am I supposed to do? There's no option. I don't know what you think I'm going to do. It's all useless. It's failed already.
Stallman's permissive streak extended to all varieties of legal sexual behavior. In 2003, he wrote a post about a judge who argued that repealing an Alabama anti-sodomy law would lead to legalization of prostitution, adultery, necrophilia, bestiality, possession of child pornography, and even incest and pedophilia. The computer scientist responded, "All of these acts should be legal as long as no one is coerced. They are illegal only because of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. Call me narrow-minded all you want. I don't want to fuck a dead body, or a dog, or a kid." Sometimes my videos take a while before I even get this one out. Computer scientist Richard Stallman resigns from MIT over Epstein comments. "I am resigning effective immediately from my position at CSAIL at MIT," Stallman wrote in the email, referring to MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. "I am doing this due to pressure on MIT and me over a series of misunderstandings and mischaracterizations." Motherfucker, you wrote the shit. What are we not understanding? Stallman also resigned as president from the Free Software Foundation, as well as from the organization's board of directors. The president of MIT, L. Raphael Reif, ordered an independent investigation which revealed that he, too, had taken part in hiding Epstein's donations. Reif is facing calls to step down after acknowledging that the Media Lab accepted funds from Epstein long after his 2008 conviction for soliciting a minor for prostitution, with Reif's own signature found on a 2012 note thanking Epstein for his generosity to the university.
Have you ever made nookie before?
With a woman?
Yes. With something other than a woman? With what?
Let's make nookie. With Buick Skylark. And Dodge Charger, and campus washer dryer, and Hoover vacuum cleaner. 2 speeds.
Fucking stoned.